Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about configuring your live webinar tab. So this is going to be the area that you configure for the actual live webinar. Now, depending on what service you use to do the live feed, whether it's Google Hangouts or Ustream or Livestream, you're going to want to grab the embed code from whichever you use. Most of you guys are probably going to use Google Hangouts because it's free and it's backed by Google, so they're always improving on it. So what I'm going to do is show you how to embed it into Webinar Ignition. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do, this is what the page is going to look like. The live page and the replay page have a very similar feel. We are looking to maybe add different options and different features in terms of the layout of these pages, but for now we have this main template, and your main live feed is going to show up right here. Okay, they'll be redirected to this live page after the countdown, right? So once the countdown hits 0, they're going to come to this page, and then they're going to see your live feed. Now there's also the questions box. Okay, based on the name and email address that they use to sign up, it's going to remember that, and it's going to automatically fill that into the questions box. So they won't have to put in their name and email address. It'll automatically be populated, and they can ask their questions in here. Now I'll show you in a later video, or make sure you watch the live console video that's going to show you how to manage your questions. Okay. Then you have your basic information about who the host is, what you're going to learn on the webinar, and then also that special gift. If you'd like to do that, you can provide a gift to them. Okay. So this is the countdown page setting. So this is just what's going to say, right before the webinar starts. So you can put that, headline, or put something in there that says your webinar is going to start shortly. Okay. And then we give you just a few options for the register button and the color. If you do want to do any types of translating, this is where you can translate to a different language for that area. Okay, so that's for the countdown page. And then from there we have the webinar info copy. Okay, so this is all, you can keep the defaults, or if you do want to edit it or translate it, you can do that, but that's just going to be the normal webinar info, which is going to be just this information here. Okay. Then you have your webinar live embed video settings. So this is where you're going to copy and paste the live feed. Okay. If you're using Google Hangouts, I'll show you, it's very easy to start a Hangout. Okay. All you need to do, you need to make sure that you're using Hangouts On Air. Okay. So you're going to go to Google Plus. Okay. You need to have a Google Plus account. Okay. And you need to be using, most people are going to be using Chrome. Okay. Google does recommend that you use Chrome just because it's a Google product, so they're always promoting Chrome. So what you're going to do is go to Google Plus. You're going to hover over and you're going to click on Hangouts On Air, and I'm already on there right now. And then I'm going to click on Start a Hangout on Air. Okay. So now it's just going to ask you for what you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to add anybody unless you're going to be adding someone, another presenter. Okay, then you would add them in as a presenter right here on your Hangout. Okay, from there I'm going to click on Start Hangout on Air, and as you can see there I am. I'm going to actually share my screen instead. And now what it's doing is it's preparing the broadcast. Okay, I'm going to just turn on HD so we get good quality. And it's preparing the broadcast. Once it's at 100, then it'll say you can start your broadcast. Now, as that's getting ready, they do give you the embed code right here where it says embed. So all we're going to do is copy and paste this embed code, and we're going to go back to Webinar Ignition, and we're going to pop it in right here. So I'm going to save that. And now, if you want to change the background color, you can, but I'm not going to do that for right now. And if I click refresh, you'll notice that when I click play, it's I didn't start yet. So it'll say, please stand by, starting soon. This is something that Google does. And you'll notice that if I flip back to Google Hangouts, it'll say start broadcast. So once you're ready to present, you'll hit start broadcast, and then it's going to start showing up on the live feed. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now because we'll get some feedback in the audio and it just won't sound very good. Okay, so that is where you go to put in your live embed code. Okay, and that's how you get it within Google Hangout. Now you can, I'm also going to, if you watch the live console area, if you click on dashboard and click on show live console, there's also another way to get to it. You can just click on start a Hangout, and it's going to open up a new Hangout. Now, I'm not going to do that right now, but instead of going manually over to your Google Plus account and then starting the Hangout, you can just go right into your live console area and click on Start a Hangout, and it'll open up that same window where you can start the Hangout. So this is another area where you can go to start your Google Hangout. Okay. So going back to the webinar replay settings. Okay. Whoops, not the live webinar. I'm sorry. So we've added in the live embed code. Okay. Then we have just your normal banner settings. If you do have, if you want to brand the webinar, you can do that. You can add a little banner similar to the registration page. For now, I'm not going to do that. Then you have your webinar background settings. If you want to change the background color, you can do that. I'll just show you really quick what that looks like. So I'm just going to save this and I'm going to refresh it, and you'll see that the gray area turns red. Okay. And these are just aesthetics here. Then you have your questions and answer area. Now we do give you a few different options for Q&A. Okay, you can use our internal Q&A system, which, like I said before, check out the live console video so you can see how to manage the Q&A, or you can use a third-party service, any type of live chat. Okay, I'm going to show you, there'll be a video under this one for LiveFire. Okay, LiveFire is a chat program that allows you to have live chat right here that'll replace your questions box, and you can let people chat live during the webinar. So it can be a really good way to get engagement. Okay, or you can just hide the Q&A box altogether if you don't want it. For now, we're just going to leave it as Q&A. Again, I'll show you a video where I show you how the third-party service works. Okay, you can change your questions, and these are just aesthetics here, the button color, the thank you copy, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that is where you're going to go for your questions. Then just a more aesthetics, turn up your speakers. This is just what shows up at the very top. And then you have your invite your friends to the webinar, just more, kind of social viral traffic that hopefully you can drive to your webinar. And you can enable them or disable them. That's completely up to you. Okay. And then you have your live giveaway. You can either show the giveaway or you can hide it, where it'll display in the bottom left hand corner right down here if you want to give away a free gift on the webinar. That's up to you. Okay, so that is everything for the live webinar. The main things that you want to take away here are preparing your live feed ahead of time, ahead of the webinar, and making sure that you put it right into this area here. Okay, and then once you are ready to conduct the webinar, make sure you hit start broadcast, and that live feed is going to show up right here. Okay. So that's it for this video.